Yay. Okay, Marcus. So today, what we're doing is, first of all, side note, I'm super proud of Mappdom. Not just what I've built, but I'm just proud of the company. I mean, been, people have been saying good things about us, and I've been showing the business opportunity to people. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's coming along. But I'm also saying that because one of the assignments you have to do is a competitor analysis,
Mhm.
competitor and what you and I are about to do, what you and I are about to do together here today, none of the other marketing companies that I've encountered do them, where they do such um, an in-depth look and evaluation at all of the different current marketing strategies that you're doing that offer campaigns that offer you know whether you want video or content or email, like a
Mhm.
stack. Yeah, I've seen some, like this one competitor. I'm going to get you to, they do SEO and Google and stuff, but it's not this holistic strategic sort of campaign. So yeah, so as I said, I'm really proud because I've implemented the proper principles in Mappdom in terms of getting our differentiating factor, shining that light on what makes us great. And I see it working. So it's pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm saying that because right now what you're doing is when any company comes on board with us, we first take them to their core method, and then we introduce them to the 10 commandments, and then we look at the, I'm going to be changing the name because again, I've just been testing for last year. So it's not going to be the 12 marketing, whatever. It's going to be the 12 milestones of marketing. So first you do the
Okay.
goal, then you do the video, right? And then we get people to sort of do their SWOT, see where they are, position themselves, get their tagline, their colors, their fonts, and then create all the collateral and then start marketing it to their buyer persona. So the stages that you go through, first you would do the core exercise with me, which we've already done. So my creative moment, my original thought, my reaction, my execution was all around dad working and complaining, and I'm like, no, not me. you know so you have the whole freedom, empowerment,
Mhm.
corporate thing is infused into Mappdom everywhere, in its music, in its color, in choices, right? So that's professional marketing. That's what we're going to get our small businesses to do. Then we do the SWOT analysis, which I haven't done yet. And now that I'm in the position of my client, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it because it takes time, and I don't want to look at it. I don't want, it's just like people who don't want to look at their finances. I don't want to look at I want to look at my strengths and opportunities, but I don't want to look at my threats and my weaknesses because I have to prepare for them. And you just want to think everything is all euphoric and blissful. So that's that. So we'll do that. And my branding is down pat, so we don't have to do the branding questionnaire right now. I'm gonna move the computer because you're cutting out, and I think it's because of my internet. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh. Oh yeah, babes. Okay, good. Are you there, Marcus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I missed some of what you were saying. I heard you say that we don't have to go through the core, like the whole core exercise, because I already know all that. Um, and then I heard you something about the brand persona, but I didn't hear all of what you said about that. I just heard brand persona, and then it was just choppy.
Oh, that's fine. That's why I decided to move. Hold on one more second then. I'm gonna get even closer to the internet. I'm trying to enjoy the backyard, but it's too far from the modem. Okay, 1 second. All right. This should
Mm.
be, even though I'm gonna be darker, that's fine. I was saying that we don't have to do the brand questionnaire with me because I'm already good with my brand.
Mhm.
They were doing buyer persona questions because now that I'm positioned in the marketplace, I know what works, I know what doesn't work. I'm going to go after my real market with the real people who are really interested in our services and products, right? So,
Okay.
yes, that's what we're doing today.
Okay, so then I'm gonna skip to these first core questions. I know all of those ones. But why actually no, in your own words, what is your business? What do you sell, offer, or provide?
We provide digital marketing tools to small businesses to help them market their businesses better, get more attention in the marketplace, have more conversions, and make more cash. So we're a full stack digital marketing company.
Okay. And why is it that you are passionate about your business?
Ugh. Well, outside of the, excuse me, outside of the reason I started the business in the first place was so that I would have freedom and I wouldn't have to work for a boss and take shit from the boss. Um, I also wanted to, there are a couple reasons. Okay, so that's the first reason. The second reason is I have a lot of entrepreneurial friends. And, 20 years ago, we're like, yeah, we're going to make money and we're going to travel the world. And, we're gonna, and then, 10, 15, 20 years pass, you realize that a lot of them are in the same position that they were 20 years ago.
Mm,
And it upset me because I know the dreams that they had for their families, but they really didn't have a good business opportunity that actually allowed them to do what those companies said that they were going to do. So
mm,
I always wanted to start a business to give other entrepreneurs an opportunity to make money, to do the things that I do, right? I wanted to provide that opportunity for people. Um, the third reason is marketing is just a service that is always going to be around. Like as long as there are businesses out there, they're going to need marketing services. So, I should truly never go hungry. I should always be able to. So marketing is why I did it. I personally am passionate about marketing because, and this sort of goes to one of the other reasons, is I have two beautiful children. And when I was working in a traditional job, I'm like, getting up so early in the morning, commuting, fighting traffic, being on the bus or train with miserable faces, waking up to an alarm. I'm super stressed out. I'm, in congestion to go to work. And then you're working with people you don't like, taking shit at work, going to stupid, useless meetings. Then you have to fight your way back home in traffic. You get home, you're tired. Then you got to cook.
mm,
I don't know if you even know this story, but what kind of clicked in for me one time was you, of course, are a big reader, and you used to like me to read one of the Cat in the Hat books, but it was one of the long ones, one of the Dr. Seuss books. And so one night, and you guys weren't getting to bed till around 8 o'clock, which was for me a little bit late for little kids because you guys were like 2 and 5. Anyway, I'm reading you this book and I'm dog ass tired. And so I start skipping pages thinking that you aren't going to notice.
mm.
I think the book was Go Dog Go, right? Because I'm tired. And you're like, no, mom, you're skipping pages. And I was like, I can't I have to read this whole fucking book. I'm so tired. So that was the first thing for me. I'm like, this can't work.
That's hilarious. I don't know. I don't recall that story.
Yeah, life-changing moment. And then another time, I was getting ready for work. Jasmine was about 2, maybe. I was getting ready for work, and she, was trying to get herself dressed, and she put on her clothes backwards, and I got so mad. I didn't shake her, but I just picked her up because I had to undress her and dress her again. And those 2 minutes would have meant like missing the bus, being 20 minutes late for work,
Hmm.
guilty, putting up with that shit. And I remember thinking, why the fuck am I getting mad at my precious little 2-year-old, to go and hustle my ass to go to work for strangers who literally, if I get sick or something happens or they're not meeting their numbers, they're going to cut.
Couldn't replace you.
They
Yeah.
don't care about me. Why am I
Hmm.
yelling at my innocent little 2-year-old child? I said, no, this can't work. I can't be working for people anymore. So I started the business again to be home with my kids. And I also wanted to give them an opportunity to also not have to go and work in the work world. Um,
Mm.
my son in particular was playing soccer and in school, and I think working at a Swiss Chalet call center, and he would have to, even though like it was probably a 10-minute car ride, he would probably take like an hour to get to work and then have to take these calls and then come home and then do his work. I was like, fuck that bullshit, man. My kids aren't going out to no fucking call center job. They're gonna do a digital marketing job and they're gonna work at 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon if they want to. And I'm gonna fucking build a company to make that happen.
Mm.
So yeah, so those are all the reasons I'm passionate about it. I'm also really good at it. Um, marketing is both art and science because there's graphic, there's design, there's music, there's creativity. You always have to come up with a new campaign. It's competitive, which I love. It's always changing, so you never get bored. There's always something new to learn. And then there's the scientific and analytical part with the numbers and split testing and data analysis and data mining and tracking and you know um, and it also gives me an opportunity to help freelancers because again I am about people working from home. That's what I'm passionate about. And there are a lot of good freelancers out there, whether they're graphic designers or videographers or content writers. Excuse me. And because they don't know how to market themselves, they're never able to get people to purchase their services, and they end up having to go and work for a fucking stinking job, which I'm totally opposed to, right? So I'm like, don't worry, freelancers, I have a business. There are small businesses that need marketing. Don't worry, I'll get you business. And that's what I do now, right? I funnel a lot of money into content writers. You're one of them.
Mm.
Videographers. Yeah, and I employ women who have kids, who can send kids to private school and for the fucking
Mm.
Philippines just with the little extra money. So it's completely satisfying for me. It gives me it fills whatever narcissistic thing I might have. Um, I get to use my education, my experience. Like it's everything. It's completely fulfilling for me. I love it. So I hope that answers your question.
No, that's a solid. Like I just made point form notes, but that's a solid answer. Like everything is covered in that.
Well, good.
Um, if you could attach an emotion to Mappdom, what would that emotion be?
Geez, I want to say the first thing that came to mind was excitement. Um, but that's where the orange comes in with the business because orange
Mm.
is associated with fun and stuff, right? But the blue part, the emotion is really hope. I really want to give people hope, and I want them to have a feeling of like success at last. Because I know for me, I was always trying, working hard, and it just seemed to elude me or whatever. And then there came a point where I could like sit back and sigh and relax. It's like, oh my God, I'm experiencing success at last. So I
Mm.
want people to have a feeling of hope when they think about Mappdom.
I like that energy and hope. Those are nice. If we were having this discussion 3 years from today, and you were looking back over those past 3 years, what would have had to have happened for you to deem Mappdom a success, or for you, or what would have to happen for you to feel happy about the progress that you've made?
Oh fuck. Okay, so happy about the progress that I've made.
And
This is
this.
not related to marketing per se. This is just with my business in general.
Okay. No, yeah. What I was gonna say is, what would have to happen both personally and professionally for you to be at that point where you're happy with your progress?
Okay, professionally and personally. Okay. Side note, Marcus, this is called the Dan Sullivan question. It is you should look it up. It's a very important, great question. A lot of people use it. It helps to close sales because there's all sorts of psychological things. Because now, because again, I write this shit, right? But now I'm on the other side experiencing it. I'm like, wow, you're not just asking me about my professional stuff. You're also asking me about my personal stuff. And the two are actually intertwined. So now
Yeah.
I'm starting to see why it's a personal question, why it's such a powerful question, not from a marketer's perspective, but from someone experiencing it. So thank you.
Hmm.
Okay. So what has to happen over the next 3 years for me to feel happy with the progress I've made both professionally and personally? So I would have to say that I would want a certain amount because we hire sales reps and recruits to sell our services and products, right? So I would want to have at least, I would want to have at least 2,500 reps in our company in the next 3 years, because my goal is to have 1,100, and that would take, I'm guessing that's going to take about a year. If I get 100 leads a month, if I get 100 leads a day, anyway, I've already worked out the numbers, but yeah, and yeah, and then I'd be ambitious to think that every year I'm going to get 1,100. So in 3 years, I'll have 3,300 reps. That's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to account for attrition and say that in 3 years, I would like to have 2,500 licensed reps in Mappdom. I would feel very happy with that progress. I would like for all of my website and marketing and everything to be tight and on point, because right now it's there and it exists, but I've just been doing things to put things out there. It's like, okay, I got to do a video, so put the video out there. I got to create content, so create the content, but it's all sort of stockpiled. And I'm not going to necessarily say it's makeshift, but they haven't been edited. And I would like to have enough money to just make the videos that I already have, make them more professional.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in 3 years, I'd like to be presented and looking more professionally in the marketplace, and having 2,500 reps in the organization by then. And I think in 3 years, I'd like to also be well on my way to selling Mappdom. So Mappdom should be generating, let's say, 500,000 a year, so that I can sell it for 5 times its value, 2.5, which is my goal personally, because that would give me, if I invested that money at an interest rate of 10%, that would give me an annual income of $250,000, and $20,000 is enough for me to live my lifestyle. So to answer your question, professionally and personally, that would also allow me to travel and, have somebody cook and clean and do all of those things. So yeah, in the next 3 years, for me to feel happy with the progress I've made, both personally and professionally, I would want Mappdom to be positioned more professionally in the marketplace, have 25 solid reps, be in a position to sell Mappdom, and just totally, be living in the house I want on a lake with someone who cooks and cleans, and I just focus on growing my business, and traveling and dancing in Africa.
Dancing in Africa.
Yeah.
Have that one in there. Okay. So those are all of the core. Well, those are all of the core questions we're gonna do. So I wasn't 100% sure how to do the SWOT analysis for Mappdom, just because. Yeah, but what I think are the strengths of Mappdom is it's a clear brand and a clear voice with an identity. That identity has, like, it has personality to it. Like, it doesn't sound like, when I read things from Mappdom, like posts and just stuff on the website, it doesn't sound like something you would, like, when I hear the voice, it's not the voice that you'd hear of like Amazon or like Siri. Like, it doesn't sound like a computer generated, like, standard voice. Like, it sounds like a person. I feel like, yeah, because I mean, Siri is a girl's voice, Alexa's a girl's voice, but it doesn't sound like a person. Like, this is very clearly an AI bot thing, and they're reading it, it doesn't have that same energy. So I think that's really good. Consistent posting, and like, I didn't actually go through everything to see, and I just know, like, there's always stuff that's posted. I don't know how often you're posting or what engagement's like, but there's a lot of stuff all the time, so that's good. Also, I think a strength is, and this is just something I'm getting straight from you, is that valuable information is given to clients and prospective clients without any money being exchanged. Like, you can go through just interactions and reading certain things, like, you're getting information that is valuable to you. So, like, it's not I think that makes Mappdom less of a risk. Like, it's not like, I'm going to pay for this and maybe I'm going to get some stuff. It's like, I'm going to pay for this because I've already been given this stuff, and I'm paying to get more of that stuff, or to get, like, to get the whole story and not just the teaser. So I think that's really good. And then strengths, awards and accomplishments, just being accredited. Weaknesses would be the message is not resonating with the target audience, and I don't know that for certain. That's just based on the fact that we're having this meeting, is to figure out why, or to figure out how to reach that target, the target audience, the people who are hiring people who have disposable income, like for people who are, I would say, in the like the middle section of their marketing journey, as opposed to people who are at the beginning. Because
Yeah.
I think like when you're talking about Ryan and the beta testing, and when you're talking about, like, I know when we did the Light It Up campaign, that like that was, I know Light It Up had been there for a while, but they were at the beginning trying to get further, and not someone who is already on that trajectory. Like they've already started to pick up steam and they're trying to pick up more. Like I think right now maybe there's more focus on giving people that steam, as opposed to providing steam to people who are already kind of going up the hill, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know what members are like in terms of clients and whatnot. I don't know how many people you're dealing with, if you're dealing with enough people. I know, and so I think when it came to the matter of money, like I don't know if it's a matter of not people not paying for the more expensive services, or if it would be a matter of having more people paying for services in general, which would generate more money. Like I don't know which of those two things is an issue. Is it an issue that not enough people are paying, or is it an issue that not enough of like the high price items are being bought or sold? If that makes, you know?
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if that's a question for me now, or if it's just sort of like a
It,
rhetorical question you're asking yourself, or something
it's
that
it
we can
it's
ponder on, because I think that's a multi-layered answer, and
I think it's more of a
we can
like,
sit there and keep.
definitely it would be good to know for later. But I think as I was doing the analysis, it's like I think that's a weakness just based on things that you have said to me, but I don't know, like I don't know what that actually means. Like I don't know how many clients you have, or how many, or like what the revenue target would be, and like why it's not being met. I just know that that is something we've talked about, but I don't know why.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Cool. I like that. I like this process. I feel good about Mappdom as a company going through this, because as a business owner, these services aren't really available. No one ever questions me like this. Like I'm accountable to no one but myself. And this is why I tell people, the name of the company, Mappdom, used to be Tough Love, because it's uncomfortable. And if you can't sort of deal with it, then we're not the company for you. There are lots of marketing companies out there.
I did not know that it used to be called Tough Love. Was the fist still was the fist still in there? Because I could see how the fist could translate into tough love.
Yeah, no, but it could. You're right.
Hmm.
Yeah, no. And that's why I have to hire people to talk to people, so people don't have to deal with me.
Opportunities. People, I think a lot of the opportunities have to do with COVID, really. Just because, well, I mean, it is a big thing, but people may have spent the quarantine thinking about how to grow their business, just like less distraction. So there's an opportunity. It's like there are people who have actually had the time to they've had the time to put in the work to really develop the thing and think about where they are and where they need to go. So then we can fit into that equation, because it's like, oh, I need this, these people do this. Or it's like, hey, or maybe even if you're in the process of, you haven't quite figured out what it is you do need, but if you hear, it's like, if you come across the 12 different channels of marketing, like the local, the social, the video, and whatnot, it's like, oh, I need that. So like
Marketing now. 12 milestones of marketing. That's what we're going to
yeah.
call it.
Another opportunity is, I think that people are looking into alternative income streams and new job opportunities, and are looking to learn more about money. I mean, and I think part of these are just me. Like I definitely want to learn about alternative income and more about money, because things are all weird.
Yeah.
Businesses are hiring more people or looking for new people. Also, the fact that virtual work is becoming more popular, and I know that that's something that Mappdom Mappdom does, and just with the because there is no physical location that would help. Like you don't have to come into our office to meet with our people. Like everything that Mappdom does is already online through Trello, through Dropbox and whatnot. So that will be easier for people to do. Um, people want to be control of their financial future, and I think just being thrown into this bit of chaos will really make people realize that, because things are all crazy.
I'm
Um,
gonna, can you hold on 1 second?
yeah.
I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I'm liking Mappdom. I'm liking this a lot. This is very professional.
Another opportunity is that people want to learn more about business and finances in general, and I think that there is also another opportunity. A similar thing as what I was saying to Ryan is that with the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement, it's like there's more emphasis being put on Black-owned businesses and supporting small business, like supporting small businesses and supporting entrepreneurs. And I think just with the fact that the entrepreneurs have been the people hardest hit by the pandemic, I think that there will be more push there's more push to focus on these people. So I think that if you're someone in this business and you're recognizing that, it'd be like, oh, you might to really get this going, because there's already this wave of momentum that's around this thing, so I need to position myself on that to go along with the tide. This is a really silly gesture, but so that's all I got for the opportunities. In terms of threat, less money to spend and are less likely to take risks now, just because everything is so uncertain. We don't know when life is really going to go back to normal, when people are going to start going back to work, when kids are going to start going back to school and camp and this, that, and the third. Another threat is that people might be using this time right now to learn about businesses, to learn about business, to learn about finances, to learn about marketing on their own. So there's people who might see it's like, oh, I don't need to do this because I'm just going to take the time now to learn about it. And another threat is that businesses are pivoting and having to change the way that they operate, and what their priorities are, just based on everything that's happening now. So that might change market practices, or it might change it. Like the change of priorities, like maybe like I'm not going to put emphasis on marketing, even though as I say that out loud, that's probably not the case. Like that will probably be your priority now. So maybe that should go into opportunities, that people are going to see that more money needs to go into marketing now, because you can't rely on people walking past your store or whatever to come inside.
Yeah, it can go in both. It can go in both categories.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll just put it in both categories. Yeah, those are all of the threats that I could identify. Just, and again, just because I feel like I don't know enough about the actual operations. I do think that the threat of um like regulation changes could, like, I don't know how likely that is. I feel like it could happen, just because I don't know. I feel like it could change now. Like now would be a good time for things to change, but I don't know how likely change is, or what that change would mean
Okay.
necessarily. And I feel like that wouldn't be something that affects Mappdom directly, more so than it would be affecting the other businesses. Like these industry changes might change the way these business operates, and because that change, like we could have been a good solution, but now we're not a good solution because things are all crazy. But again, I don't know for sure what those things are.
Okay.
Okay, so I know we weren't going to go through too many brand assumptions, but there were a
Cut
couple
it out.
asked.
I'm trying to find a good spot again. Hold on. Ugh. like I'm trying to get in the sun and get the internet, and I can't do both.
That's funny.
Let me try one thing. So yeah, I know that a part of this program, I'm also supposed to do my own SWOT, and we're supposed to sort of compare SWOT notes. I have
Mhm.
not done my own SWOT yet. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do the brand questions, but another day because it's not a priority because my brand is pretty down pat. But
Okay.
I do want to go through the experience and the exercise that Ryan went through. Like I want to know what it's like to experience Mappdom from the consumer side. So
Okay.
I want to experience that afterwards. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so this is the real important stuff now.
Yes, the big guns.
Yeah, because this is where oh, I gotta change this chair. But yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road or whatever, because and this is the challenge for small businesses. This is why this is important for me to do this, because if I go and take, what little money I have, and as is the case for a lot of small business owners, if we go take whatever little money we have and go and put it all into Facebook ads or Google ads, and we don't get the leads or the conversions, we're out of money, and then we're back at square one, and it's heart wrenching. I've been there. A lot of small businesses have been there. Like you use up your whole fucking budget, or you take $1,500 to buy a booth at a trade show, and nobody signs up for anything. It's heart wrenching, right? So that's
No,
why,
I can only imagine.
yeah. So that's why we do the core. That's why we talk about precision branding,
Mm-hmm.
and really like laser focus, like a missile on like a heat-seeking missile to just really figure out who your target market is, what they care about, what's their language, what's their music, what's their look. And like there's a book, Robert Carly, I have to give you a list of resources of great books to read and great organizations to hook yourself up with. So again, you'll just be set for life if you know these things. And he says you have to join the conversation that's already happening in people's heads, right? That's why when you talk about my posts and you talk about, yeah, everybody cares about business and finance. Like my posts they're supposed to be generic because I'm trying to find out who is my actual target market. I've worked
Mm-hmm.
myself up from 406 followers on Instagram just, for fun, to trying to get more people to follow me and seeing who falls off.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I'm sure you did stats in school. They say that a good statistical, uh, a pool size is 100, and for me it's 1,000. So now I'm at 1,050 followers, and now I can start to see, yeah, and that's just since the end of March. Um, yeah, yeah, and that's just to see who likes what posts, and so then when I get ready to do my paid campaigns, I'll already know what works, who likes it, is it men, is it women, and I'll always throw something sexual in there because that's just marketing. Like every 6 to 8 weeks or something, your mom's gonna put something there, but it's all like,
Block it out. It's like, this Thursday, block it. Don't look.
yeah, it's
On Friday.
it's all marketing and testing. Yeah, but that's why this exercise is very important. I have to know what to say, who to say it to, and there are lots of free channels. Like obviously with the 12 milestones, there's video, local, social, mobile content, but I have to know who am I writing the content to. What visuals am I using? What am I saying in the videos? And you can replicate that process for every silo or buyer persona that you have, and just like exponentially increase how many leads you can get for your business before you even think about putting one dime into marketing to the wrong market and losing your budget and then wanting to commit suicide or going back to a fucking job. Just follow all this free shit that Mapping teaches you. And it's time consuming and it takes time and it's hard work and you have to dig deep, but that's why this program is only for serious entrepreneurs who are, like you said, already doing well and want to go to the next level, and they're competitive. And that's why I also, just so you know, in terms of my branding, that's why I also have the cocky attitude that I do online. It's on purpose because it attracts a certain kind of person. Like a person
Mm-hmm.
who's competitive is going to be willing to spend the money to beat their competitor to get more market share. Like those other ones who, yeah, I just want to make enough money. They don't
Mhm.
want to spend $10,000 on a campaign, but a hungry person with the right personality will. So I'm deliberately, controversial. Like they're paying attention. I like her. She's a badass. You know what I mean? And that like you said, that's why Mappdom seems to have a personality, because I trickle it in, and so that's why M Slice TV is called what it is. It's marketing with a slice of life on the side, but it really should be life with a slice of marketing on the side, because it's really my life. I just put a marketing spin on everything.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so we need to.
I like M Slice though. I think like I mean I would in terms of the description, would you just change the description? It would be life with a slice of marketing, but it would still be called M Slice.
Yeah, I would probably add.
Because I like my protest would just be with the name. I like the name, and I don't think you should change it.
Oh no, M Slice is great. It even looks good. Like that's why I did it. It's kind of like a Vice look. Like it's completely deliberate. And plus, there's Slice TV. I'm not stupid. I know that my target market is
What's
probably
Slice TV?
men. If you go look up TV channels, Splice TV has all like Back to the Future movies. It's just a certain type of guy channel, right? But anyway, it's called Splice. But yeah, and then figuring out one of the exercises I make people do when they come into Mappdom is, because they're usually selling lots of different products,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to figure out, we have an income prioritization sheet where we prioritize. Okay, because basically, let's say we determine who my buyer personas are today. I still have to know which one of those buyer persona markets to go after first. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm developing one collateral for one campaign as opposed to just developing a whole bunch of shit, right? So am I going after the small business person? Am I going after B2B? Am I going after CEOs and CMOs? Like, am I going after people who already purchased internet digital marketing products? So these are some of the things I'm hoping to uncover today. So with that, do you need to share your screen, or are you just going to ask me questions?
I'm just gonna ask the questions.
Okay.
Um, well, I think I already got that personality bit. What pain points do you solve for your clients?
Hmm. Um, what I've come across, so that there are two things. Again, there's the small business track, and then there's the enterprise track. And obviously the enterprise track um, has the ability to pay more money, but they probably like to hold on to their money just as much as a small business person does. And you always have to prove to them that there's going to be a return on investment, but they're just better. Like I could get one or two corporate clients and be fine, as opposed to trying to get 8 small businesses. I have to do all that stressful process 8
Yeah.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Same process, right? Just the money's different. Anyway, so I'm saying that because the pain points that I solve across all spectrums is that a corporation, nobody has some third party coming in to evaluate what they're doing. So they just think that they're doing the right thing. Now, if you have a Fortune 500 multi-billion-dollar company with a large marketing team, then you already know that you have everything that you need. But a lot of small business people, like you said, they're just, oh yeah, I have time at home. I can just figure out how to do it myself. Real marketing with real results doesn't work like that. It has to be really strategic. So the pain point I think that they have is they have no strategy or structure or step-by-step process to actually see results from like their marketing campaigns. So from a small business perspective, I think that's one of the pain points. I think another pain point small business owners have is they want to get results from their marketing. So they're marketing and they want to get some results and they're not getting results. That's a big pain point, right? So I'm there to teach them, if they do these strategic things in the way that corporations do them, that they will start to get results from their marketing. But they need that strategy. They need that step-by-step structured process and guidance, and someone to tell them what to do and give them feedback, right? Because how the hell do they know? You've done the 33 website evaluation points, right? If you'd never done that exercise, you could probably say, oh, I'm going to open up a business. I'm going to do something about my poetry. This is what I think. And you're going to build like something
Mm-hmm.
you know, but this is like, oh no, I should actually put my social media icons up at the top. I should do this. I should make sure everything that's important is above the fold. And that's all free information that has high conversion and engagement scores, right? So yeah, we get them results from their marketing. We help them with strategy, structure, a step-by-step process. And I think we simplify it for them.
Ooh, I like that. Strategy, structure, and simplification.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
So my question would be, if I was doing this exercise, I would be like, okay, so I need to know, you know, what people have, what people are looking for and what they're searching for, right? Like what are the search terms? So,
Oh.
you know what I mean? Like, so I'm a person and I'm like, God, I'm so fucking frustrated because I can't coordinate my marketing. I'm spending too much time on my marketing. What am I going on online and typing that's going to help me solve that problem? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this whole exercise comes in when you're asking me what's the pain point, because then I'm able to create content around all of those things and say, hey, well, we have a solution that makes your marketing simple with guaranteed results. And you know what I mean? So I'm just teaching you really quickly how you would do this. And that's why experience, when I sell Mappdom and experience, that's why experience is so important, because I just gave you like a $2,500 plus strategy just right there with what to do with the website and just how to turn pain points into marketing content. Like what the fuck? Like that is shit that people don't know.
Let me add, what are people who are looking for a product or service for searching? Okay. Why have the other methods that your clients or prospective clients tried not worked?
Okay, so what are the other methods that they've tried not worked?
What are the other methods that your clients have tried to solve their pain points that haven't worked?
Oh, okay. Hmm. I think they try to go online and learn it themselves. Most of the time, I think that's probably like 90% of the stuff that I've heard. They're just trying to figure it out along the way. I hear that a lot. And like I said, even larger corporations with smaller, less experienced marketing teams, they don't have the sophistication to even know how to advise their own corporation, even though their corporation has a marketing team. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. They're just hiring, let's say they're hiring new people. Like if you're a CEO, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a marketing team. I need a social media person. I need this person. You know, that team doesn't have that experience that a third person, people, okay, yeah, your team is doing well, but you guys aren't tagging your images correctly. You're not naming them correctly. That's why you're not being found in the search engine. Like they're not going to have their own internal microscope on, like who's going to do that? Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Mappdom sort of comes in. So it's like a third party. Anyway, what was your question? Oh, so yeah, they try to figure it out themselves. Um, they go to webinars and yeah, they go to seminars and go on webinars. Um, and then they just do it themselves, you know, but yeah, just do it themselves, trial and error. Hiring someone is, they don't even, I can't even say it's the least thing they think of. They don't even think of hiring somebody because it's just not even fathomable in their budget a lot of times. Or they really do think they can figure it out themselves. Another thing I found, I don't know if this relates to what you're saying, but there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of trust. They're like, I don't want to give you my money. I think you're just a little vendor. I think you're going to rip me off. How do I know that you're actually really increasing my SEO? How do I know you're actually really getting me, you know? So, yeah, and it hasn't worked because they don't have a cohesive plan. Like just because you do a webinar or go to a conference on email marketing doesn't mean you know about all the other 10,000 things that you have to put together to coordinate, right? So I hope this helps you. I actually put it, I have a diagram of it. I'm going to have to get my graphic designer to do it so I can put it out. But it's like you buy a 1,000-piece puzzle and you have all of the pieces. You have the marketing, you have the social media, you've done this, you've engaged, you've done viral videos, you've tried it all, you have all the pieces, but you do not know how to fucking put it together.
Right. Yeah. I think I that's what I was thinking when you said like one-sided marketing teams, because I was imagining like if you were the CEO and you're hiring people for your marketing department, it's like you're hiring all these I mean, it's like you're doing one, you have all of your pieces, but because all of your pieces are not working together and they're like working independently without knowing what the other pieces are doing, like you're not working effectively. It's like yeah, that was the
That's why Mappdom has a book. I don't know if you've seen it, Business Synergy. I just have to edit it. And yeah, that's what it's about. It's creating synergy, having this momentum and efficiency and vroom, vroom, vroom in your business, right?
I like having from in your business.
That's what most business market and success is like right now, right? So there's gonna, that's gonna be an ad. I'm gonna have that as
That's so funny. Just a
yeah.
Funny. Okay, so other method people have tried and not worked are self-learning webinars, seminars, trial and error, having no plan. And I think what was interesting with the lack of trust, it's more, I think it's really the trust part of it. Because I think
Those free
from what
evaluations,
it
by the way.
pardon?
That's why we do these free evaluations, by the way. Like everything with Mappdom is completely 100 based in theory and strategy, and it just looks so natural, which is what makes it beautiful. But yeah, that's why we do that. Because anyway, go ahead.
But I think the thing with the trust is, it's like, because I think that it wouldn't be a matter of trust. Like, I don't see Mappdom as untrustworthy because of the results, because of the awards, because all the information is there. Like, there's no hey, give us the money and we'll tell you the rest. It's like, we're telling you this, you're just paying us to actually do it. But I think with the lack of trust, it's more like a security trust. It's like
It's your money. It's risk. Marketing is
yeah, and
risk.
I think that's what it is. It's like, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't have the faith, the trust that I will get this money back. I mean, like, and I think that's the fear. Like, the fear is, it's like, I don't have money. I don't have a lot of money. I know what not having a lot of money will do or will feel like, and because I'm scared of doing or feeling that, I'm scared of taking this uncertain thing. Because I think, just when you said lack of trust, because I think like, when I think of lack of trust, and I associate that with untrustworthiness, and I don't think it's a matter of untrustworthiness. It's a matter of fear and insecurity. I think that's really what it is. It's the
Terms. I
insecurity.
like those terms. Yeah. I think we're gonna adopt that because yeah. By
Um,
the way, I don't know if you've ever seen one of Mapdom's taglines. I mean, you've seen so much, so you probably don't even know what you have and have not seen. But one
yeah,
of Mapdom's taglines is results you can trust. And then
yeah.
again, that's completely psychological. That's
I I
completely psychological.
I really liked on one of the flyers that I was looking at yesterday was entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs, because like I think, because I think it really just it fit in really well with like the whole story, and like with the empowerment part of it. It's like I'm doing this for you so that you're able to do this. And I think, like, that is like, yeah, no, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
um
That's why I told you I'm so proud of what I've built. I'm really, 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 really proud of it. It's so deep. People don't even know the levels.
I know.
But you do.
I've been there. What is a primary benefit that your target audience is seeking? So, what benefit is your target audience looking to get from a service like Mappdom, or from a company like Mappdom? Oh.
What benefit? They want to get more customers. That's the only reason why anybody ever does any marketing is because they want, and that's why I say what I say. They want to get noticed.
Mm.
Um, they don't know they want to be trusted, but they do want to be trusted. They want to get, and I'm saying that because they want to be noticed. They want to be trusted so that people will buy from them.
Yeah, they want to be noticed so that people will buy. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only reason why anybody markets.
Um,
People pay like $1 million, $10 million for a spot in the Super Bowl because it's like, I really want you to fucking notice me because then maybe you'll buy.
yeah. How do you make your customers feel? Like some of the some of the examples I had are relief, inspiration, newfound energy,
How do
confidence.
I make them feel? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
How do I make them feel? Okay, well, I like some of those adjectives, so I'm going to ask you to read them again, but and I don't know if I'm going to answer this correctly, so I'm just going to say what's in my head and then see what we make of it. But how I want to make them feel, I want to make them feel not important, but I want to make them feel as, you know what? I want to make them feel as big and as good as the biggest, best corporations.
Mm.
I want them to feel like that in the marketplace with that much bravado, that much confidence, that much professional marketing, that much, frictionless experience and engagement and fun. And, like think about McDonald's or Coke or, the fucking best of the best that's even using psychology that we don't know that makes them buy. I want our little guys to be big guys. Another one of Mappdom's taglines is, we bring Wall Street marketing to Main Street America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So what I put down for that is you make them feel big as a corporation, you make them feel professional, you make them feel confident.
Yeah. Now, what were the adjectives that you said? Because some of those were nice.
Relief, inspiration, newfound energy. What was the other one? I can't even remember.
Excitement. Like I like that. That's why I said hope was in the beginning. I want them to feel like I talk to them and I actually, when I talk to them, I get a sense that they feel, they feel two things actually. I'm really liking this exercise. They feel a sense of like excitement and like security. They're like, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is actually gonna happen. Oh wow, this is a good idea. Oh my gosh, I really did have all these pieces and I didn't know how to make this put together. Oh my gosh, what you're saying is so true. I just heard Gary Vee said it. I just said, oh my God, yes, I did get the results. Oh my God, I do look really good online. You know what? Like that sense of excitement and just like having that professional touch, which most small business owners can't ever get access to, right? So yeah, and then they also feel like, wow, like a sense of relief in that and security maybe, but it's like, wow, I have somebody holding my hand through this process. Like I have somebody to guide me and show me the way,
Would you
Thank you, Matt.
would you say that informed would be something that you make customers feel?
Oh yeah, for sure. I hadn't thought about that, but that is definitely one of the side benefits because it's all about education for me. Again, I'm not about give a man a fish. I'm about teaching the man a fish because again, it's Mappdom empowerment, right? I want
Mm-hmm.
people to,
Mm-hmm.
again, if they don't have a lot of money, which a lot of entrepreneurs don't, that they can empower themselves with the proper tools they need to market their businesses better so they get more attention, gain more customers, and eventually the freedom lifestyle. That is Mappdom's mission. So yeah.
I just want to say a side note. If you honestly, and because I know you and Lean talk, if you talk to Lean, I curse you and Dad out all the time, all the time. But one of just like as you were saying that, like one of my friends, he and like I think one of his other friends started a business and they do like personal training and they also have some clothing items. And I went on the site to get something, and when I saw it, it just kind of like it's like, oh, I could totally just do a analysis of this whole thing. And I think like as you were saying this, it's like I would like it's like I think as you're saying this, like I would much prefer to do the like writing and marketing stuff for someone small than for like a corporate. Most like I would like to do stuff for a corporation if it was a corporation I liked, and if like if they had a lot of money so you could do stuff, like if I could do something like I want to make this video and they're like, we have the money to hire the people to make your video. I'm like, that's fucking cool. But it's like, oh yeah, no, because like I'm really happy that my friend has been getting the business that he's been getting. It's like, oh, to see you get more business would be fucking great.
That's what it is. It's a good feeling. It's a good, and that's why it's entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs, right? That's what Mappdom's about. Again, I use my family as the story. I wanted to stay home with my kids, and there are other small businesses that just want to make 50, 100, 150,000, $200,000 a year. They're not trying to make $1 million a year,
Mm,
right? And you've probably also maybe seen a post I put about 1,000 true fans. Like if you have 1,000 true fans that spend $100 with you in a year, that's $100,000 income. So I
yeah,
also try to tell my small businesses, you guys don't have to spend $1 zillion trying to get,
everyone.
25 million leads. Like just
Hmm.
have precision branding and target your market and just get those people who really want what you have.
Hmm.
It just eliminates so much stress. It's a lot of work up front. Like I said, this is a lot of fucking work in this Mappdom program that you have to do up front. But that,
But
but
you
that's
know, I see,
the
like, I
right
see the
for
value of it. Like
sure.
it makes so, like, I remember when we were in the meeting that I had with Derek, Chris, and Ryan, like when he was asking about it's like when we're gonna start posting, it's like there's no point, not there's, it's like until all this stuff is figured out, it doesn't make sense to, it's like you can still post now and you should still be posting now, but
What are you
it's like
posting?
until all of it's sorted out, then
Who are you saying it to? What images are you using? When they click the image, where do they go? What does that page look like? Like, are you
mhm,
captivating their email? Are they going in an email nurture program? Do you have those emails put together? Like,
mhm.
come on, it's never that simple. It's probably 12 layers deeper every time.
Yeah, it's and you know what? I think that's been one of the things that's been eye-opening but also frustrating, like doing this whole process, like doing the whole process for other people, because it's like because I really think like when I come across stuff about like brand personas and voice and whatnot, I always imagine like I first of all think of the podcast idea that I want to do, but then I'm also think like now I'm starting to think about a whole media suite thing, but it's like there's so much in this. Like I'll get through one of these assignments, it's like fuck, I have to do this. It's like I don't want to do this,
If you
but I
want to
gotta.
have success and if you want to get results and if you want to do it right, you have to do it. And that's why I try to bring the corporate thing to it, because I'm like, for every car we see or every product we see, they start promoting it maybe 6 months, this is going to be released, but that shit's been in development for like 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking years before it ever comes to market, right? Corporations do their research. That's why, boom, out the gate, they're able to make, it's all predicted, it's all forecast analysis, you
Mm-hmm.
know yeah, man, it's science, it's math, it's not a joke. Those guys do not play with their money. I tell people that all the time. Corporations do not fuck with their money. If they spend $1, they want to know how they're getting six back. It's that simple. And you
Mm.
got to be able to tell them. And you cannot waste their money or you lose your job. So you learn precision, learn core, you learn the right buyer, you keep your job, right? And you get a big bonus, right? So yeah, I love bringing corporate experience to small business. That's what I want to do.
I love that. Why do your clients trust you?
I think they trust me. Well, I've come to realize they trust me because I want to say I'm fun, but I think they trust me because I'm a real person, and I think I speak with a lot of passion and confidence. That it's just like, wow, she just doesn't give a fuck. She'll swear, she'll smoke, she just does whatever because she's so confident in who and what she. And I think I think I'm different. I don't think I come across as pretentious and so, and yes, and
Mm.
blah, blah, and I try to impress you. Like I don't do that. I tell you up front who I am, and then I back it up with rewards, with showing people awards. They know that I have my MBA, my education. They'll see that I'm funny online, but then I'm also fucking very serious and deep. Um, and then they see my reviews, and I think they see my results because we post our results. I also think they see the quality and frequency of our work, which again is not up to par where I'd like it to be, but I think it makes me stand out because no other marketing company in Toronto, I see in the Black community anyway, markets their marketing company. None of them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
I see.
When people think about marketing, like I posted again because I got a couple referrals, right? That's what I said. That's why I post so often. It's like when you think about marketing, you think about Nakimbe and you think about Mappdom.
Sure.
And word of mouth and referral marketing is obviously the best marketing, right? So my marketing works.
They see the reviews and the results. They see the review. I like that you the marketing of the marketing company. It's like, how do you know our marketing works? It's like, because we market all our stuff.
Yeah.
Which I and I think that's an interesting point to make, because I think, and it might just be because I'm not tuned in to marketing and branding stuff, but it's like, but I don't even like when you say like you're comparing yourself to your competition, like I don't know who those people are. Like I have no idea. I feel like even if I was to hear them, I probably haven't heard of most of these agencies, whatever.
Yeah. And I'm controversial. Like I said, it's like people know Mappdom marketing and Nakimbe. Like they just know.
Okay, so this is a fun one. Use 5 words to describe you,
Ooh.
and you as in Mappdom you.
Oh, Mappdom me.
Well, I I have it as you here, and I just assumed that that I was going to talk about the business
It'd be a
brand.
good idea moving forward for you to do both, because um most businesses are infused with their CEO's DNA, right? That's just fucking inevitable. So
Mhm.
well, both, it kind of matches actually, because fun, even though Mappdom is supposed to be a marketing company, the first thing I always think of when I think of Mappdom is fun. um so 5 words. Accomplished comes to mind. This is just gonna be for both or whatever. Fun, accomplished. 5 words to describe us. I'm gonna say serious, which is fun, me, because again, but that's why we have the blue and the gray in our logo. Because we are, we are serious. Like our content is really good. Like we're serious about that.
So I have fun, accomplished, serious. Is
Yeah,
that was the last one? Okay.
yeah. Fun, accomplished, serious. I'm gonna say helpful and delightful. No, yeah, helpful and delightful.
Okay. And all 5 of those are for both you and Napta?
Yeah, sure. They're pretty close.
Um okay, we're almost at what is the target audience?
How many more questions do we have? How much more time do you think we have?
Um I we could probably do half an hour, because there is
I'm chatty, so I'm just curious because we're gonna go out later. So,
um so there's nothing wrong with the brand identity, so we don't need to ask that. What brands do you admire?
ooh, I know that I put that question in there, and I love that question. It's really great to answer it. I'm like, oh, that's fun. So, off the top of my head, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna say Nike for sure and Adidas.
Thank you.
Brand.
I'm glad you added Adidas. I would have hung up.
Yeah, no, I do. I like their lines. I like their triangle. Like I like that. Oh, I like. Oh God, I actually have this somewhere. You know what? I might have to get back to you on that one. Because I was gonna say I like the GoDaddy logo, but I don't anymore. I like Vice's logo.
Okay.
I like the
Vice is
Vice
nice.
logo.
And Vice also has Vice is it's a good brand. They have a nice brand. Like I think in terms of media corporation, like of all the media places I can think of, they have the strongest brand. That is a good thing, because like the Toronto Sun has a brand, but their brand is shit. And it's like it's their brand is being tabloidy and inflammatory, which
Yeah,
is not a brand that you want. Well,
I
apparently
like
some
the BMW logo. I like the colors because I just lose my favorite color. I like that. I like clean designs. There are another two because it's in my brand document, but I can't remember what they are now. What it's not GoDaddy. There's not Vistaprint. You know what? I think I wrote Vistaprint and GoDaddy, and it's not that I like their logos per se, but they're
I
good. They're
did.
very they're strong.
I would I don't like GoDaddy per se, but I could see how you could because it's like I found GoDaddy very strange.
Yes, that's their whole fucking brand. That none of that shit's an accident. It
Like,
might have started off as an accident and they capitalized on it.
but it was so because I think it was like I'm like why is GoDaddy? I'm like what is that?
Yeah.
And I remember their commercials always had like I remember Danica Patrick was one of their big
Yeah.
people for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can totally see that. All right, so that is it for all of the brand stuff. Now we're on to the buyer persona questions.
Okay.
Who is your ideal customer? What is their gender, age, and level of education?
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
This is tough because I'm like, you should know these answers. You're a fucking marketer. Um, Ask me the question one more time. Sorry.
Who is your ideal customer? What is their gender, age, and level of education?
Okay, so males between the ages of 38 and 58. Level of education, I'm going to say college and above.
College and above. Okay. Okay.
Um,
Sorry, what did you say for the age?
38 to 58.
38 to 58. Got it.
It's a white guy.
A white man.
Yeah, brown hair. Well, no, because there are certain groups that I'm a part of deliberately because they're my target market. And when I see most of the people, what they look like, they're all like white guys with like brown hair. The majority of them.
That's funny. Um, what is their job title?
Oh,
And what and job title and company size?
I think they're in middle management. So this is the person I'm going after right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so their job title, I think they're middle management. It could be in whatever. They're tired of their job.
Mm.
I don't think our target market is really people who are looking for, hold on, let me see. My market is basically men who are that age who are sort of frustrated with their, position. They just know they can or want to do more. They're sort of stuck in middle management and they're looking to start a business on the side or have already started a business and want to take it to the next level. And they have, I'm going to say they have, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but I'm going to say they have $50,000 in disposable income.
Man.
Yep, and that could be because they were laid off because
Oh, true. That's good.
it could be because of inheritance. It could be, and they're like, yeah. So they're middle-aged people, and they're also because I've already done my homework on this, right? They're also they're around my age. They're around between 40 and 49 is actually your highest income earning potential in life.
True.
On average, yeah, if you look it up. And so if I'm looking for people who have disposable income who want to put that into growing a business or they're looking at funding their retirement or taking their debt down or buying a second home and they're looking for some extra money, they have, so that's what I'm saying, they're like an upper middle management. They make $75,000 to $100,000 or more. I'd say people that make $50,000, I'm just talking out loud so you can take notes. I think people that make $50,000 are not, they're sort of at even level. They don't really, it could go either way for them. So that's not the kind of person I want to go after. So they probably have about 75,000. They've maybe been in the military also. It could be some military people. It could also, just talking out loud again, it could also be athletes or another group I was thinking about going of athletes that are retired that now want to start their own business. Because it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. It doesn't matter Yeah,
right?
it doesn't matter if you could sing or if you can hit a ball, it doesn't matter what you can do. Everyone needs to learn marketing. Everyone fucking needs good marketing. So, but yeah, that's my market. Those are the people that can afford our services. At the
Um,
point that we offer our services and products so that I can actually be profitable in this fucking business.
um, just just briefly with the army people, where does that market like is that
Sorry, you cut out, so I'm just waiting for you to come back. I don't know.
like why is that a target market?
Just because of their personality types, they're go-getters. They're
Okay.
not, yeah, like a lot of there are a lot of
Oh,
small business. There are a lot of people that retire from the military and then try to start their own business, right? So they're competitive, they're serious.
yeah, dedicated, competitive, and I mean I think with both of those careers, like being an athlete or being someone who's involved in any kind of military thing, like that's a young person's career. Like that, those are things that you get into at a young age, you do for a while, and then you're out of it. But then, like, because you can't be the best soccer player in the world at 42, like unless you're one person. And it's
Yeah,
like so I can see that where it's like these are careers where I think you probably earn a lot in a little bit, but they're not sustainable. Like you can be a teacher for your whole life, but you can't be an athlete for your whole life.
right.
That's very interesting. Cool.
See, I've done my
That
homework.
is cool.
Yeah.
So what does it like in terms of buyer request, like does the company size of the person like how much does that matter?
No, I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like the company size someone like I think what you're doing matters and what industry you're in, but I feel like the company size is not that important. What industries are your target market typically in? I feel like I know that.
Well, you know what? That's really good that you're asking me that question. I'm gonna show you Jordan later. What industries am I going after? Okay. So at first I was just small businesses, so it didn't really matter what industry. It could be a restaurant owner or a consultant or a lawyer, like whatever, any small business, a tax accountant, whatever. Um, However, if I'm going after money, then I'm looking at construction companies. Did you ask me who's my market? What was your question?
What industry are people in your target market in?
Okay, so I didn't answer that question right. What industry are they in right now? They could be in any industry. As long as they're probably middle management, supervisor, like, they have some sense of leadership.
Mm.
Um, yeah. I'm thinking about people who've done business. Like I knew somebody who spent $30,000 on a marketing campaign, and a lot of times one was an inheritance. Because I'm like, how do these people get this money? And they're not making it, or they sell their boat. Like there's lots of ways that they.
They sell their boat. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I don't know what industry they're
Yeah,
in. No, they're middle
I,
management.
I feel like I think that is a because some of these are general buyer persona questions. I feel like the industry question is something that would apply to would be better applied to other businesses than Mappdom because
Yeah.
like, the industry you're looking for like that doesn't really matter. My industry is people that are looking to start businesses and anyone can be looking to start one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question about general job responsibilities, but I feel like a better way to word that would be what are the skills that people in your target market would likely have gotten from skills that they have or apply in their work.
I'm sorry, it cut out. What skills do they have?
Yeah.
You know what? You're gonna have to type in the chat right now, or say it one more time because it keeps cutting out for some reason.
What skills do the people in their target market have or use in their jobs?
Mm, I don't know. And me focusing on their jobs is confusing me because I don't know what they do. I just only kind of know who they are. So I don't know what skills they use in their jobs because I don't know what their jobs are now. But I know that the skill set that they need to have is they have to be, they're people who are ambitious, they're people who are hustlers, because those are people that will spend the money to get their business to the next level. So I don't know what they're doing in their job. I don't know what their day job is, but
'Cause I'm thinking along the lines of like, would these be people who have, like as you said, they have leadership skills, like they
risk
have good
takers
organizational
willing to take
skills, like
risks.
a good grasp on numbers and finance and things like that. Because I think with that question is really to find out how, like how knowledgeable these people are, like how much of this stuff, like when you're talking to these people, like how much dumbing down do you have to do? Like, are these people who are in roles who are familiar with some of these things, or would you have to
Oh well, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to answer that question in that way, but I can say that because I think that they're middle management or supervisor positions, and they're motivated. I think that they're smart enough in terms of their level of awareness, or how much I have to dumb things down. They have to be critical thinkers, because that's why I got my awards before I started marketing Mappdom, so that I could say I was an award-winning company. That was totally strategic, right? Um, I gave away a lot of free services, as you know, for the first couple of years, just to show my results, so that I could use that in my marketing. So let me not get off track. Sorry, ask me your question one more time. Are you there? Oh, it's stuck.
do they have?
Oh, right. Yes, I was saying critical skills. Right. So, and I guess maybe they have to be discerning, right? Because again, Mappdom talks about our numbers. We talk about our award. They talk about my education, because I want someone to be like, oh yeah, this is a good, incredible company. And this is not someone who just, graduated from college and now they opened up their own SEO business. Right. So they have to, you know what I mean? I don't want someone who's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm going to sign up with your company. I want someone who's going to ask tough questions and try to poke holes and
Okay.
discerning, because that builds the trust. And like, you know what? These guys can handle my marketing. I'm going to give them my money. So yeah, they have to be discerning. Yeah, that's why I say middle management or supervisor position, college or more. So yeah, I don't know their industry or their job title, but I know their character and the skill sets that they would possess that would make them interested in a business like Mappdom.
No, I feel like just because like that was I agree that I think that the industry and their job title is like that's not really a good question. Not really.
Yeah.
Um so for your target market, what do they value the most when it comes to making a purchasing decision? So are they motivated by the price, by the quality, by the aesthetic fit of something, by the esteem, like so like the awards that this company has?
Okay. Outside of the examples, read your question one more time.
What does your target audience value most when it comes to making a purchasing decision?
Okay, so what do they value the most when it comes to making a purchase decision? And you talked about aesthetics, price, value. What do they value the most when it comes to making a purchasing decision? Okay, so I was once taught in my sales training, when someone wants to rebut you on price, you say, look, you know what? When people make a purchasing decision, they're hoping for like all three things. They're looking for quality of service or product.
Mm.
Um, they're looking for support, and they're looking for price. So value and price, support and quality. And you're going to have to sacrifice on one. So if you are willing to pay a higher price for better support and better quality, you're willing to do that. But if you're like, you know what, I don't care that I can only get you by email, or I can only reach you on a Saturday, like I'm willing to pay $25, right? So I think that what my people value, if I'm just gonna use price, support, and quality. Fuck, it's really, I want to say it's all three, and this is the tough thing because yeah, we know, but you have to choose. Okay, let me just speak about this out loud. They don't want to. They value price, but they don't want to sacrifice price at sacrificing not being able to get a hold of me and answering their questions or putting out shit work. So I'm going to take price out of there. Um, that leaves me with value and service, right? Or price and service. I think that they want service, but I think they're willing to pay a little bit less money to not get as high a level of support. So I'm going to say that the thing they value, so it's not support and it's not, what was the thing I said?
Price.
Yeah, so then it's got to be value. They most value out of a purchasing decision the quality of what they're going to get out of it, I think. What do they value the most? Yeah.
Value.
They value a good end result. Like they value, I think that's what they value. So if
Okay.
I'm going to buy a car, what's going to motivate me to buy that car? The fuel efficiency of the speeder. Yeah, so for these guys, I think it's they're getting good results for the value. So yeah, value, not price and not support. I think they'd be willing to sacrifice those two. Okay, yeah.
That's funny.
Welcome to my brain. That's why when some people ask me a question, I'm like dazed out for 10 seconds and they're like, God, she's dumb. No, this is what's happening.
Oh, I feel like sometimes when I am explaining things and I can hear myself answering, it's like this sounds so convoluted and so just all over the place. Because it's like I need to, like, sometimes I can't bring you all the way to the depth of where I first got the idea for this answer and then go. It's like I'm just gonna skip all this shit in the middle and just go right. Just just understand it was a process. Like I know I've asked people questions like that was random. I'm like, you only think it was random because you only heard the end.
Yeah,
You didn't hear the thing that you said that sparked this. Anyway.
the pain. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so we already went through their primary pain points.
This is a fun exercise. It's kind of long. We only did it because normally these would be broken up. And that's why I said don't.
Mm-hmm.
SWOT is separate than the core, is separate than the buyer, is separate than the brand, right?
Okay, so let's see of the questions that I have here, which ones are the most important? We already went through that one with the other one. What are things that they think are keeping them from achieving their goals?
Oh, damn it. I hate this question. I have no idea. This is a tough one. You didn't get this one from me, I don't think. I don't
No, I
know.
think I made this one.
What do they think is stopping them from achieving their goal? Actually,
Mm-hmm. I think this one might have been for you. List the reasons you hear most often for why your solution won't meet their needs. So it's like, what are their excuses?
okay, so
And
that was
we,
the second part, but say the first one again. How was the first one phrased? What do I think is holding them back from what? What do they think is holding them back from getting results?
yeah, so the first question was what are the things that are keeping them from achieving their goals, and the second question would be what reasons do you hear most often for why your solution, like Mappdom solution, won't work for these people?
Okay, so I can only handle one question at a time. Um, let me see. Okay, so why do they just say the first one because the second one's messing me up. Just say the first.
What are the things they think that are keeping them from achieving their goal?
What's keeping them back? What's keeping them back? Okay, so when I hear that, what's keeping them back from achieving their goal? What I hear is, if I only had this, this would work. So that's a better way for me to like. I got to twist around in my brain. So if I only had this, um, if I only had more money, if I only had more money, I could hire someone to do my marketing because I don't want to do it. Yeah, what is holding me back from achieving my goal? One thing I do here is organization and resources. It's like They don't have, and this doesn't have anything to do with marketing, but they don't have reliable people in their business, so they feel they have to do and do end up doing everything. So just so you know, Marcus, my wonderful, sorry, I'm cocky sometimes. I was gonna have my wonderful marketing mind, but it's so true. So if they think that if they don't have the resources and the people to, execute their business function properly, and they feel like they have to do it all themselves, like that's a very real problem. So when I talked to you earlier about that book, Robert Collier, I don't remember what it's called, the something letter book. I can't remember what it's called now. The Collier letter book, whatever. I'll send you a link for it. When I talk to you about joining the conversation that's already happening in their head, if we go in and we do a marketing, and I know I'm just doing all sorts of bullshit marketing online right now just to get it out there and just to do it, just to go through the motion of putting it out there. And sometimes I care about a reaction, but most of the times I don't. But if I'm just saying, hey guys, buy my marketing, Mappdom's about marketing, no one fucking cares, because no one is waking up in the morning thinking, oh, I got to get better at my marketing. No one's really thinking that. What they're frustrated about is like people, and the stats prove this, they're frustrated about not having the resources and the people to help expand their business. Yes, money is a problem, but if they had better resources, that would be good. So when I'm doing a marketing campaign, when I'm serious about doing my marketing campaign, and not just these motorcycle stuff and all that stuff, I won't just be doing marketing. I'd be like, are you a small business frustrated because you can't grow due to a lack of, people you can rely on? Imagine if marketing was one less thing you had to think of. Oh my God, that would be so fucking great. That would be so great. If you know what I mean? Because that's what they're worried about. I don't ever, when I'm really marketing, I don't ever come in with marketing. If you even read my posts, it will start talking about one thing and then totally move to something else. And if you start listening to radio commercials on CHFI, which you really should, you'll see all of the commercials. Just that's because that's the radio station to listen to. You'll start to hear their ads. It's like, oh yeah, grandma, you know what, grandma, you're so rude, and or whatever, but it has nothing to do with the grandmother and the girl. It's talking about, some medical insurance or whatever. The point is they never move in with the thing. They talk about
I see what you mean, because I feel like that's how like infomercials and like the low quality commercials are like that. It's like do you need your loan approved? It's like, that's not how you start. People start with like, you're in the middle of a situation conversation, then it's like, what are we gonna do? It's like, why don't you just get this?
And then they want that. That's the thing they want, because it solves their problem. It's like nobody wants a drill, they want the hole.
What?
Think about it. Nobody buys a drill. They want a fucking hole. Right? So I'm there selling you this drill has all these. I don't want a fucking drill. Like, hey, do you want a hole in the wall so that you can? Well, guess what? Our drill will do. Oh my God, I want the drill. Totally different approach. So anyway, I don't even know what the fuck that had to do with your question, but oh yes, because we were talking about the frustrations and why they think they can't succeed, because they don't have enough resources to help them and they have to do everything themselves. And the other one is that they feel like they don't have enough money. They feel like if they had more money, they could hire more resources, but yeah, trust still comes into that. I don't know if that is a part of this question, but even if you have the money and you hire people, you're still not necessarily 100% confident that they're doing what they're supposed to do or going to get you the results they say they're going to get you, right? So you still have to find a vendor you trust. And then what's the second part of your question?
List the reasons you hear most often why your solution won't work for them.
So no one ever says that my solution won't work for them.
Okay.
I usually say that it's a cash flow issue. They may not like my brash style. Why they don't do business with me. That's probably it. I don't think that anybody thinks that I can't get results. I think that people might just think, well, the people who do know me in the Black community, and that's the only community I've ever really marketed to, and I don't really care because they're not my target market. Clearly, as you can see by this exercise we're doing, which I've always known, so I've never cared. Yeah. Sorry. Say it one more time because I lost track.
List the reasons you hear most
Oh,
often why your solution won't work.
yeah. So nobody really thinks that our solutions won't work for them. They just, like I said, they don't have the money, or they know I can get the results. They may just not like me or my company, or our level of professionalism or lack thereof.
Ugh,
Honestly,
ugh.
that's the only reason I've ever found anyone hasn't worked with me.
Um,
But that's okay because this is too hard to contain. I cannot not be me, so they need to just know up front.
when you're buyer, don't, um, when you're actually, no, you already said that because they're college educated, so they sound somewhat academic, somewhat conversational.
Yeah.
Is this brown-haired white man? Are they kind and friendly? Or are they bold and aggressive?
Shit. No, I think they're kind and friendly.
Okay.
Yeah. The majority, I'm thinking about the conferences I've gone to, the men that I know in the industry, and they're bold and what were the second words?
Bold and aggressive.
I think they're bold and aggressive on the inside with their dreams and ambitions and
Okay. So they have a kind and friendly demeanor, but their goals and ambitions are bold and aggressive. I like that.
yeah.
Let me just write that. Not bowls, goals. Okay. Oh. I think that we're done. This the last questions for the buyer persona are they prone to are they straight to the point, or do they like anecdotes and stories?
Anecdotes and stories, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Because yeah, that was the last question because you already answered the how much knowledge do they have about business, and they have like they're knowledgeable, they're smart people. They
Okay, so
just they
Mappdom,
just don't have all the information resources that they need to actually do
okay.
everything and make it happen.
Okay, Mappdom. So my question for you guys now would be, so what do you do with all of this information? Are you gonna go and like build me a brand persona of, you know, Jim, whatever his last, Jim Williams, and tell me what he looks like and where he lives or works or hangs out and what campaigns, like what do you guys do with this information? What was the point of this buyer exercise?
So the reason that we went through this exercise is to get an idea of who the people that you're trying to attract. We're trying to get an idea of who these people are so we know the best ways to reach them. Like aside from what social channels they will be on and like what their media habits are, but just like how you need to position yourself. Like you need to figure out what it is that they want so that when you're like what you said with the drill in the hole, I really like that because what I get from them is like you don't sell, like you're not selling the drill, like you're not selling your product or service, like what you're selling is the result of the product or service will get you. So figuring out what the end goal for these people are will allow you to then work that end goal into your messaging so that when people hear about these things, they hear it's like, oh, this thing, like I need that, this thing will give me that thing that I need. Instead of, so the reason that we're going through this is to figure out how to talk to these people and how to show this target audience that you are the right solution for them. So we, and that's the reason why we're getting into the pain points, figuring out what are some of the things that they're trying to solve, what difficulty have they had in solving it before, asking about their personality, like in terms of their personality, are they straight to the point or anecdotal? That to me that translates into when you're doing your posts, getting your messages out, are you going to get right to the point of this new thing, or is it going to be more story based? Like are we connecting with these people because we're giving something that they need? It's like, is this a rational decision, or are we trying to connect with these people on an emotional level? That's the reason why we went through most of these. Let me just go through some of these again to see if
And so are you gonna put together a persona for me and tell me, this is your guy, Billy Bob, or is that something I have to do? Like,
um
what do I get out of this exercise? Like, what is Mappdom's deliverable to me?
so what we are going to do is based on the information that you gave, we are going to come up with some buyer personas with different people with different names. Like for example, you said one person, someone might be in their business and they have $50,000, and there's someone else who has $75,000. So those will be two separate buyer personas. They may or may not have. You may communicate with them in a different way. That will just depend, because there are some people who are, like for example, with your Billy Bob or John Smith, whoever you want to call him, there could be the business, and you could have someone who, two people will have different needs. You'll have to, the deliverable will be different characteristics, a more fully formed understanding of who these people are. Like if this is our message for whatever product, this is how we're going to, if we're pitching it to the other person.
Okay, cool. All right. So how many are you guys gonna do? Like 3 or 4 or 5, or just whatever naturally comes out of this?
I think that from what I've read, I think that 2 to 3 is good to have. You need to have it. You need to have at least more than one. I think having, I, and this is just based on like, I think that having anything more than 4 would be too much, because I feel like there wouldn't be enough variation between the 4, where it's like some of these are kind of butting heads and like you don't need to do these. I think so. I would say between 2 and 4 would be good. Anything less than 2 is not going to work, and anything more than 4 is too much work.
Hey, I'm excited. So I can look forward to you guys creating 3 brand personas for me, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes, 3 buyer personas. Your brand persona needs to stay consistent.
Okay, well, we'll work on that next. That's what Mappdom's here for. That's why I pay you guys the big bucks.
Yeah,
Damn it. You better get me results. So,
yeah.
all right, son. Well, thank you very much. Oh, here's Jordan.
Jordy Morty.
She knows her name. She looked.
Hi, Jordy. Hi.
Hi.
You look very nice and blue. Am I getting a thumbs up?
Hi, Uncle Marcus.
Hi.
Walk now.
She can walk like fully?
Yeah, she can walk like at least the 6 feet. We're supposed to stay away from people. She's COVID compliant.
That's so cute. My little walker.
So
That means you're getting closer to footy and
yeah,
running.
yeah. So I can't show you her walking because we're doing the Zoom on my computer, but I'll WhatsApp you at some point or send you a video.
Yes, please.
So yeah, thank you very much. I enjoyed this. It was very, I felt confident in your questions and it made sense, and I wasn't acting at all. I was very serious the whole way. But like I said, the only thing I do think that it was a bit long, but
Yeah.
we normally ever do these all like this. So I just wanted to get them all done now. So I can have it on video and record. So and so I was walking this morning and I was just thinking about us video recording this, and I make you guys video record everything, and again, with all of my legacy lessons to you, God forbid I die tomorrow. Content is everything. Just create content and put out content. Like every day, be in their faces. Content is marketing. Okay, that's why I have so much video, and I can grab audio from it, and I can use it for clips. I can splice it. Like I've got content forever, and that's just I've been building that up for the last 3 years. So just so you know.
Okay.
The rationale. All right, son, I love you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
I love you too. I know because we've already been on this for like 2 hours. But when you have a chance, let me know how your meeting with Ryan went. Did you
Oh,
meet
yeah.
Ryan Monday?
Yeah, I can send you. I think I uploaded it on YouTube. If you have 45 minutes, you can watch it.
You know what? I think I'm about to make brunch now, so maybe I can put that on while I'm getting my food ready.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, that gives me the sense of urgency. I need to send it to you now then.
There you go.
All right, have a great day. Thank you.
Bye. I love you both. Bye,
Lesson.
Jordy Bordy.
All right, go Mappdom. We love it. Bye.
Bye.